Have you ever wondered about the origins of one of the world's oldest nations, Israel? Let's embark on a journey back in time to a period when brave souls from various corners of the world dared to venture into half-empty lands haunted by the spectre of radioactivity. Fear was rampant, fueled by rumors of devastation and sickness, yet many remained undeterred. From the east and west, these pioneers arrived and made these lands their own. Their first impression was one of desolation. The arid landscapes and the ruins of once majestic structures were a stark contrast to the verdant oasis they had envisioned, but they had no choice but to roll up their sleeves and get to work. Despite the poor soil and scarce rainfall, they rebuilt and planted, gradually turning the barren lands into a place they could call home. On the Hebrew fringe by the inland sea, a tale of exile unfolded. The Babylonians, many of whom were Jews, had been banished by Enlil. Some had perished in bombings, others had fallen ill, yet among the survivors emerged leaders who guided both the healthy and the afflicted. One such story is that of a father of 11 children, whose youngest son was blessed with exceptional intelligence. This son journeyed to the Egyptian region and, after correctly interpreting Pharaoh Ramses' troubling dream, was appointed as the kingdom's chief advisor. However, his family and about 600 Jews were enslaved by the Egyptian pharaoh after a fierce battle in the Hebrew land. Then Enlil, or Yahweh, as he was known, decided to step in. He presented himself as the sole deity for the Jews and dispatched a military expert named Moses to liberate them from Egypt. After difficult negotiations with Pharaoh Ramses, Moses secured the Jews' freedom. They traversed the desert of Sinai and Arabia for 40 years, nourished by manna, a blend of pure wheat flour and the water of life. After their liberation, the Jews transformed into a strong, conquering and undefeated people. Their journey had only just begun. Now we enter a phase where this group of people started to shape into a nation. The audacious conquest of the Hebrew people by this group, now known as the Jews, marked a turning point in their journey. They were no longer just survivors, they were conquerors. They didn't just inhabit the land, they owned it. However, this newfound power didn't come without a price. It was a time of atrocities, a time when victory was celebrated with violence and subjugation. The Hebrew lands were not just conquered, they were annihilated, leaving a lasting scar on the people and the land. But as with all things, change was inevitable. As the dust of conquest settled, a prophecy emerged, a prophecy that spoke of guilt and repentance. This prophecy sparked a transformation, a metamorphosis from conquerors to caretakers. This group of people began to show kindness to their neighbors, a stark contrast to their previous impudence. At the helm of this transformation was a woman named Iz, a woman of spirit, a woman of power. She took the reins after the departure of Moses, leading her people through the wilderness and into the dawn of a new era. In the solitude of darkness, she wrestled with Enlil, the deity who had guided them so far. This was not a battle of strength, but a battle of wills. It was a clash between the human spirit and the divine, a struggle for power, for control, for understanding, and it was in this struggle that Iz emerged victorious. She had not just wrestled with a god, she had wrestled with her own doubts, her own fears, her own destiny, and in doing so she had proven herself worthy of power, worthy of respect, worthy of leadership. So Enlil, acknowledging her strength and spirit, bestowed upon her a new name, a name that would forever be etched in the annals of history: Jacob. And thus, through a series of historical events, we witness the birth of the nation of Israel.